coming up. Subject of sportsmanship, last night I saw something I've never seen before, and that was when Norman and Grosjean were playing. They were in the final. It was actually match point, and the umpire got out of the chair and stopped the two from shaking hands with each other. Because he said that the machine had registered a let serve. And Magnus Norman said, the heck with it, I'm shaking hands anyway, it's over. He didn't agree with the call. Very sporty.
You don't see that very often,
No.
Cliff. But here Monica Seles doing what she needs to do. Aim for the lines, take the initiative immediately. Seles cannot afford to get behind in a rally. Her court coverage isn't as good as Jennifer's. When she's pulled out wide, she's forced to go for the winner.
But that's her game anyway, isn't it, Monica's really?
It is, but the first 3 rounds she played here, first 3.5, I should say, until she came back against Henin, she was pushing the ball, not really going after her shots.
Capriati, that passing shot could not have been hit any better, and she was there to cover it. Watch.
It was a great pass attempt from Seles, but Capriati staying low, staying firm with the grip on this forehand volley. It's been high-quality tennis, Cliff. Both these girls have really gone after it. Look at the winners. Capriati 33 to 17 from Seles. That gives you an indication of who's controlling more points out there.
Oh. We've been talking about the power of Capriati, everybody, and you are seeing a display of it now. 5 straight games for Capriati. She lost the first set, down 4-2 in the second, and since then she has not lost a game. How does this compare with the match that you enjoyed watching last night, Amelie Mauresmo and Venus Williams?
It's quite the opposite. There were that many unforced errors from both players, from Venus and Amelie Mauresmo. It wasn't until the last game where we saw Venus Williams pick it up and hit a few winners and a few aces, but it was just filled with mistakes. This match, quite the opposite.
Andre Agassi up next here on Rod Laver Arena against Todd Martin. Both of the USA. Agassi is the number 6 seed, but he's the favorite. The top 4 seeds are gone. That's not why he's the favorite. He was the favorite even before the top 4 seeds were shown the exit signs.
15-all.
Todd Martin playing an unbelievable match the other day against Pete Sampras. Probably the match of his life, with only 12 unforced errors in 4 sets.
30-15.
Balanced by a sort of a lackadaisical looking Pete Sampras. Just wonder how motivated he is these days. 30-15.
40-15.
This is really punishing tennis now from Capriati. Game point for 2-love in 6 straight games. 101 on the Porsche radar gun. That sails long again to Capriati. 2 to Capriati. 6 straight games to her now. You want to look good on the Porsche again, by the way, hit it down the middle because it gives you a better break.
A couple extra miles per hour, right? So what a big match this is for both players. Monica Seles has been through to a semifinal in a couple years. And Jennifer Capriati trying to get back into the top 10. She had a very consistent year last year, Capriati, reaching the Chase Championships for the first time since '92. Seles not happy at all with that call. But she regroups. She's ready to serve again. Let's see. Close to call from our angle. Capriati telling herself to hit it a little higher over the net when she's so far behind the baseline. Here's a look at that other call. Could have been just out, Cliff.
Yeah, very close. When Capriati got to this year, it was her best Grand Slam result in 9 years, and she's only 24.
Well, must-win game for Seles right here at 40-15. Has to stop the streak of Capriati. Nice return from Capriati, taking it early, cutting off the angle.
Has Monica lost a little speed as you watch this?
I think so. She's definitely not moving as well as she was in the middle of last year. And that just puts so much more pressure on her to serve well, to get some free points, and to dictate quickly in a point.
Right, to get the points over. Yeah, I agree with that.
And it's so much tougher now because the girls hit the ball so hard. Most of these girls can handle the power that Monica Seles produces.
Mary Jo, you said this is a big game for her. Now it's deuce. She's lost 6 straight games.
Selling having come up with incredible shots to win points. The difference, Capriati can run all these balls down, not this last one. But I think it takes its toll on Seles having to come up time and again with the winners.
Game point, Seles. She had no real alternative but to try to side spin that one because she just got there in time. Had to take a little bit off it if she tried to hit that flat like she normally does, it would have sailed on her. And she hit it too long anyway, so deuce again. is wide, and here's a break point. Playing against Seles is sort of like playing against Agassi, isn't it, Major? Because she hits it so flat and she keeps you going from side to side. But so much trouble now. Agassi up next here against Todd Martin. Live coverage from down under men's quarterfinals following this women's singles. Break point.
Oh.
7 straight games now for Jennifer Capriati of the USA, trying to get to the semifinals for the 2nd straight year. She's in control right now. Capriati, gold medalist, 92 in Barcelona for the USA. According to her greatest achievement in tennis. She was number 6 at the end of that year, and that was her highest ever. She's 24 now. And she is playing like the number 6 again, I tell you. Playing terrific stuff.
15.
There was a little bit of tension going into this match for Capriati. This time last year, she was being coached by Harold Solomon, who's here with Seles, because Seles' coach, Bobby Bank, is at home with his father, who's in the hospital.
Oh.
Terrific return, but Capriati and Solomon broke up a couple months after this event, not really seeing eye to eye on what it was going to take Jennifer to get to the next level.
It's a little needle, maybe.
As you see, Harold Solomon, who was going to be down here anyway, doing some ATP and WTA board stuff, when Monica Seles called him up and asked him to help her out.
30-all.
She needs help right now. 30-all, down 3 games to love.
Monica's mom, Esther Seles, travels with her daughter almost everywhere. Oh.
Fearsome.
40-30.
Game point. Capriati.
Well, that was another huge game for Capriati.
8 straight games for her.
It's 4 games to love.
Coming out of that game, that pretty much, I think, will put the nail in the coffin. You could just see her intensity. She's just so eager out there. We've seen it all week.
Love 15. Love 30.
Tonight's match here in Rod Laver Arena, Anna Kournikova, Lindsay Davenport. You can see that match at 1 p.m. tomorrow afternoon on ESPN.
15-30.
And coming up next here in Rod Laver Arena, Agassi and Todd Martin for a place in the last 4 of this first slam.
30-all.
30-all. 4-love, Capriati, 3rd set.
Both these players play so quickly in between points.
Yeah, you can't get into any long stories, can you?
I was surprised Capriati was telling Monica to wait. She's normally quicker than Seles.
Capriati is moving well, Mary Jo.
She moves extremely well. I think it's a little deceiving. You see her out there. She's got strong legs, but she covers the court very well. We saw it last year when she played here and reached the semifinals. And that's been, I think, the biggest difference in the match today, the court coverage from Capriati in regards to Seles.
What was that with Monica? It looked like she's given up on the point.
Well, I think she's getting a little fatigued out here, Cliff.
She's just exhausted then.
And once she gets pulled out wide, if Capriati could have hit that one up the line, Seles wouldn't have run for it.
And then Seles says, well, thank you, hitting it right back to me. Bam, puts it away, game point. Seles has broken the thread of things here. She has finally won a game. It has been a while. 4-1 Capriati. From Melbourne, welcome back, everybody. Cliff Drysdale, Mary Jo Fernandez. 4-1 Capriati over Monica Seles in the third. Seles finally on the board. She has not won a game, or she hadn't, in 8 straight games. Agassi and Martin up next live here in the quarterfinals on Rod Laver Arena.
15.
It is now just short of 2:30 in the afternoon, Tuesday afternoon in Melbourne.
Let for serve. Low.
Well, Seles not even playing that serve, thinking it was long. But she needs to know better than that.
The Cyclops machine, I didn't hear the call on it. You know, Mary Jo, I was talking a minute ago about the movement of Capriati. The fact is that when she gets to the ball, I mean, she is lethal. Here's a look. Let's see. Oh, that looked like I was on the line.
Yeah, you got to play those. And Seles not even making an attempt to move for that.
I just think she's bushed. I think she's tired. Stefano in a good mood now as Jennifer Capriati is 4 points away from another date. Semifinals.
Well, it's very unlike Monica Seles not to go after shots. Almost giving up here at the end of this third set.
15.
15 all. Put it in perspective for me, Mary Jo. Does she hit the ball as hard as the Williams sisters? I'm talking about Capriati now, or Davenport, or is she one step below them in the power department?
No, I think she's right up there. I think if she's set up to hit the ball, especially off the forehand side, she hits it as cleanly because she hits it so flat. When Jennifer gets set up to hit the ball hits and goes through the court, really pushing her opponents behind the baseline.
Another one on the line, looks like, and Seles not happy with that one. Ease the 30-all.
The biggest problem for Capriati has been her consistency. Being able to do it throughout a whole match, and today she's been great. She's up to 41 winners.
So if Lindsay gets through, which you'd have to bet on against Kornikova tonight, I tip my hats off to Capriati. She's moving great. Nevertheless, Seles holds on 5-2. Capriati will serve for the match when we come back. This is Australia's sporting miracle, everyone. It's the Australian Open Tennis, their biggest international sporting event. Capriati for the match against Seles. Missed it, love 15. This is a quarterfinal women's singles match. We're live in Melbourne.
Well, this would be a huge accomplishment for Capriati. He's never beaten Seles in a Grand Slam. You got to figure she's got to be a little nervous here, trying to close this thing out.
Oh, that's a beautiful point. Both players. Very nice. Capriati taking a little bit off it on the approach, which she had to do. She did, but nevertheless, watch this.
Seles loves the target at the net. It's her favorite pass.
Never say die.
And that's the Seles we're used to seeing. Fighting to the end, not giving up. Capriati, on the other hand, had a forehand in the middle of the court, which she could have attacked.
Break point.
And didn't do so.
Look at that coverage again. Monica is not used to seeing those things come back.
And this has been the difference of the match. Capriati able to come up with a winner on the dead run.
Still break point. Seles gets the break. Is that a little elbow or just a very well-played game from Seles?
No, I think it's a little of both,
yeah.
But more a little bit of the elbow. I think when you're serving for it, you never get used to that pressure. And like we said, Capriati hasn't beaten Seles before in a major. This is a big deal for her.
Lost to her at the French Championships and twice at the US Open, the 91 that we've talked about, and last year, 99 rather. And last year. In fact, the last 2 years she's lost to at the Open. In fact, they've also played twice at the French. They played in 1990 at the French.
Drop shot. Not an easy shot to try this stage in the match, but Capriati really finding some feel right here. That's not a natural shot for Capriati either.
I was just about to say, how can she try that at this stage of the match? And then it did, as you said, turn out to be a great drop shot. So she's a genius. And this is now 2 match points for Capriati. And where is the exhausted Seles? Suddenly, she's back, but in serious trouble. Match point. All I can say is Lindsay Davenport, look out if she plays like that, Mary Jo.
This is a great match from Capriati. Both players playing at a very high level.